Hello, my viewers and my dear learners. Welcome you to this session. This is your DK Misra sir. Today we will discuss the topic properties of multiplication of chapter integers. It is taken from Number Magic book. This Number Magic book written by Monica Kapoor. It is published by Ratna Sagar. So today we will discuss the properties, right? About multiplication of the integers. The first property in this one, that is closure property. Clear? According to closure property, the product of the multiplication of two integers is also an integer, right? For example, you can see here 3 into 8 equal to 24 and minus 4 into 11 equal to minus 44. Both are integer. So we can say that for a statement, thus, if a and b are any two integers, then a into b equal to c. C is also any integer. So, closure property said us to when we multiply integers, we get an integer, right? The second property is there, that is commutative property, right? The commutative property, it is a multiplication of commutative for integer. That means result of multiplication is not dependent on the order of integer. Then when we have to change the order, we get the same result, any same product, right? For example, you can see here, we have taken 7 into minus 3 equal to minus 23. Sorry, 21. And minus 3 into 7, we get minus 21. You see, here is the first, here is the second. When you change the order, you take 3 in the first position and the 7 take in the second position. We get same result, right? So therefore we can write 7 into minus 3 equal to 21 equal to minus 3 into 7. The order change, there is product never change. So what can we say? Take the variable, right? Thus, suppose we have and b. A and b are two integers. Then a into b equal to b into a, right? We have discussed so many questions and I am very fast calculate any product, any multiplication. So, but we are not aware about that, what we are doing. So these properties are supporting to solve this one, right? Then which property? Property is what? Property have to identification of the object. Which type of property, then we call that. Suppose we are human being, right? So we have a some property, then we say that we are a human being, right? So in the mathematics, in the number system, it is required to be know that what we are doing and which property we are using, right? So it is very important for us. We are discussing the properties of the integers of multiplication, right? And just we have completed commutative property. Next property is here associative property, right? And we also be proceed the associativity in our society also. Now, according to associative property of multiplication, three integers can be multiplied in any order. We get the same result, right? You take the example here, you can see on the screen. Here 4 curly bracket start 4 into minus 3 curly bracket close into minus 7. What we get? 4 into minus 3 we get minus 12, and when we have a minus 7, what we get? 84. You see, when we take the 3 with 7, so what would be the result? 4 into curly bracket start minus 3 into minus 7 curly bracket close, we get 4 into 21, because minus into minus always give positive plus. So 21 4 ja 84. Now we can write this one. curly bracket 4 into minus 3 curly bracket close into minus 7 equal to 4 into curly bracket start minus 3 into minus 7 curly bracket close, we get 84. The association of the numbers, or you can say integers, always give a same result, right? Therefore you can write this one like this, and what can we say? Therefore this one and this one. Thus we have a three integers a, b and c. Then a into b into c, a into b in the bracket and c outside into c equal to a is outside into b and c in the bracket. This result always same. Next property of the multiplication of integer, that is multiplicative in identity. Yeah, here you can see on the screen that what we have written. Multiplicative identity. According to this identity, any integer multiplied to one or more multiplied to any integer gives the integer itself. For example, minus 16 into 1 we get minus 16. 1 into 8 you get 8. Thus, if a is any integer, then a into a into 1 equal to a, right? So that is multiplicative identity, right? So can we say that na? It is a call as a multiplicative identity, right? So you know very well 0 is the additive identity of integer and 1 is the multiplicative identity of integers. It is required to be keep in mind, my dear learners and my dear viewers. Next property, you are very familiar about that property of 0. Someone have to explain you what is the 0. When 0 multiply by any number, it's convert into itself, that is equal to 0. If any integer is multiplied by 0, the product is always 0. Example is that minus 53 or whatever, 53 into 0 always 0. Here also written 0 into 95 equal to 0. So we can say that if a is any integer, then a into 0 equal to 0 equal to 0 into a. Here also change the order, there is no effect on the result, right? So next is a multiplicative inverse. What is the role of this one in our integers chapter? It is very important to know. Now you see that for any integer a, where a is not equal to 0, a is not equal to 0, the multiplicative inverse equal to 1 by a, and that means a is suppose you have a by a1, a is the numerator and 1 is in the denominator. So what is the multiplicative inverse? It is interchange with the numerator and denominator itself. So we get the result there. We have a and multiplicative inverse is 1 by a. Now take an example to understand very clearly. Multiplicative inverse of 9 is 1 by 9. How we can say that? When we multiply the product of the 9 and its multiplicative inverse always give 1, then it is satisfied the condition, that is multiplicative inverse is 1. So multiplicative inverse of minus 15 is minus 1 by 15, because minus 15 into its inverse always give 1, right? So first we can write what? First, if a is any integer, then a into 1 by a equal to 1, right? The next question, that is the very important playing role in our number system or in mathematics, that is called distributive property, and in our life also it is very playing important role, right? So distributive law of multiplication over addition, how can we understand? First of all, you take the examples and try to understand. You see we have a three integers. Here is a minus 3, here is the 5, here is the minus 9. So I have taken minus 3 outside of the bracket into, and I have to combine it by into, and taken the big bracket and write 5 plus, and in bracket minus 9 and bracket close big bracket. Then we can calculate it. What you get? Minus 3 into minus 4, we get 12. And then second position, we can one by one you do. 3 into 5 you have written into minus 3 by 5, and minus 3 by into minus 9 we have written this one, right? It is distributed, no, one by one. So minus 3 into 5 plus minus 3 into minus 9, what we get? Minus 15 plus 27, we get 27. You know by the integers rule that the positive in have a greater value, then we put the sign plus. So we can say that minus 3 into big bracket 5 plus minus 9 big bracket close equal to minus 3 into 5 plus minus 3 into minus 9, right? So in the statement, how can we write? If a, b and c are any integer, then a into in bracket b plus c bracket close equal to a into b plus a into c equal to ab into ac. ab means a into b, always a. Sometimes it is written a dot b. It is also indicating the product, right? So now the second is this is called the distributive law of multiplication over addition, because here is the middle here is written plus, no, so it is called, this is called distributive law of multiplication over addition. Someone have to call that the distributive property. There is no matter. Don't confuse over there. Write the next one, distributive law of multiplication over subtraction. You see, we above examples we have taken here. You can we have done there plus, no. So we write here what? Minus, right? We write minus. So you see here minus minus plus. That means what can we write? There is a minus minus, that is a 40. 9 plus 5, it is 14. 14 3 is 42, right? But what the change here? You can see here 42 become minus plus minus, 14 3 is 42, right? And the next one you can change the sign. What can we do and what we get? So we can write here minus, right? So 5 3 is 15, no doubt here is a 15. Here is the minus minus plus, but plus minus minus. So what can we write here? Here we can write minus, right? And 27 plus 15, what we get, my dear? Minus 42, right? So this is a multiplication over subtraction distributive law, right? Then you can write here what? We can write here minus 3 into big bracket 5 minus, and in bracket minus 9 big bracket close equal to minus 3 into 5. Here we write here minus, and then minus 3 into minus 9, it is, you can say that it is verify, and it is also you can call verification. Now in the statement, what can we write for that? If a, b and c are any integers, then a into b plus c, no, minus, we are doing subtraction, no, so we will put here minus, right? So we can put here minus, my dear. So equal to a into b. Here also we will change the plus sign into minus sign, and here also we can choose this one, ab minus ac, right? And what can we say for that? This is called distributive law of multiplication over addition. My dear learners, this session will be help you in future, and you are very enjoying this session. So that's it for this session. Thank you, my dear learners.